This is the screencast for section 6.5, example 3, finding maximum R values. Yes, again. This time our maximum R values are going to get a little bit trickier. Last time we only had to worry about, so example 2, we only had to worry about the maximum values where original cosine had maximum values. But now, remember, we still have to take the absolute value of the R function in function mode, because a minimum of the cosine function has a potential to be a maximum distance away. So just because r is negative doesn't mean it excludes it from being a maximum distance from the origin. So in this case, I took y equals 3 cosine of 2x and put the absolute value around it, and I can see that I have a maximum that occurs pretty much every pi over 2 between 0 and 2 pi. Now, I made a mistake in example 2. I did not acknowledge the boundaries for theta, so I will here in example 3. But it's asking for only maximums that occur between 0 and 2 pi for theta. So those maximums are going to occur at 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. And that maximum distance from the origin, the maximum r value, is going to be 3. So you have to actually list out the thetas that give a maximum r value. So 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Which you can also see on the original polar curve as our terminal ray spans around the unit circle. We have maximums here at 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2. Now the now try problem number 23 also gives us that visual. It looks like our maximums are going to occur at 0, maybe 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and then again at 2 pi. So I'm going to graph the polar function, and I'm going to use the theta min as 0 and the theta max as 2 pi, and I'm actually going to use my theta step as 0.01. And I'm going to see if that's in fact true, if there are 3 times around between 0 and 2 pi that my R value reaches that maximum. So I hit graph. So there's my 1 at 0. Now I really have no idea where that's at, but let's keep going. I know it's going to stop at 2 pi, so it should stop. Oh, see, now wait a second. I can see that there's more graph. Very slightly I can see there's more graph growing. So this is going to make another repetition between pi and 2 pi. So I actually have 6 places where there is a maximum between 0 and 2 pi. So then I can tell you that my maximum is going to occur every 2 pi over 6 radians, which is pi over 3 radians. So graphing that in function mode, between 0 and 2 pi, there are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maximums, and then again repeating itself starting with 2 pi or back at 0 because of coterminal angles. So my maximum R value is going to be 3, and that occurs at 0, pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, pi, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, and 2 pi. So every pi over 3 radians between 0 and 2 pi. Now you might be thinking, wait a second, at pi radians there isn't a maximum, but yes there is. At pi radians the value here is going to be -3, which creates a maximum R value going the opposite direction. Don't forget about those.